If you truly want to attract prosperity, you must stop chasing money and start transforming yourself. Because real abundance doesn't begin with what you do, it begins with what you believe, how you think, and how you feel. Most people unknowingly repel prosperity, not because they don't work hard, but because they carry inner programs of fear, scarcity, and unworthiness. Let me ask you, what if your energy was more responsible for your financial reality than your actions? What if the universe isn't responding to your words, but to your vibration? Throughout history, the most spiritually aligned civilizations taught one powerful truth. Prosperity is not something you find. It's something you become aligned with. In this video, I'll guide you through 7 powerful ways to reprogram your mind, your habits, and your spiritual field to attract prosperity naturally. These are not just modern theories, they are sacred teachings, passed down through generations, hidden in temples, symbols, and rituals across ancient cultures. So if you're ready to stop surviving and start receiving, take a deep breath. Open your heart. And let's begin your transformation. Let me start with one of the most exciting truths you'll ever hear. There are symbols, yes, ancient drawings, carvings, and patterns that were designed not just as decoration, but as gateways to energy, abundance, and alignment. And guess what? These symbols still work. From the Eye of Horus in Egypt to the Sri Yantra in India, from the Celtic spirals to the Kabbalistic tree of life, these forms weren't created randomly. They were encoded with sacred geometry, vibrational power, and cosmic alignment. Ancient priests, mystics, and scholars believed, and proved through results, that surrounding yourself with certain symbols would attune your mind to wealth, health, and divine guidance. Think of it like tuning a radio. Your mind is constantly transmitting frequencies. Sacred symbols act like frequency amplifiers, bringing your thoughts in sync with higher universal laws. And here's the good news. You don't need to live in a temple to access this. You can draw these symbols, wear them, place them in your home, or even meditate while visualizing them. Here are a few symbols you can start using today. The Eye of Horus for protection and insight. The Flower of Life for attracting harmony and abundance. The Sri Yantra for unlocking wealth and divine feminine energy. The Pentacle, in its pure, ancient form, for balance and manifestation. Try placing one near your workspace or where you sleep. Watch what begins to shift. Because sometimes, the universe speaks in symbols before it speaks in words. Here's something astonishing that most people overlook. The way you begin your day is an energetic contract. The first thing you do, think, and say each morning becomes a seed, and that seed determines what kind of fruit you'll harvest. Ancient civilizations knew this well. In Hindu tradition, every morning begins with puja, a sacred ritual of offering flowers, incense, and water to the divine. Not because God needs it, but because your soul needs to remember who you are, a co-creator. The Egyptians, too, would greet the rising sun as a divine being. Priests and pharaohs would offer gold, perfume, and chants to Ra, not as superstition, but as alignment with the force of life itself. So how can we apply this today? You don't need statues or temples. You just need intention. Try this morning ritual. Upon waking, sit for 2 minutes in silence. Breathe deeply. Offer gratitude, even if it's just for your breath or a new day. Light a candle, incense, or play soft frequencies. Speak a sentence that aligns you with prosperity. I open myself to receive all the abundance that today holds. You can also offer something physical, a glass of water to nature, a fruit left outside, or a small note of thanks burned with intention. This simple act tells the universe, I'm not living by accident. I'm living with purpose. And that energy attracts miracles. Here's something most people never consider when trying to attract prosperity. Your space might be rejecting it. Yes, your room, your home, your energy field, all of it can carry invisible layers of stagnant energy, negativity, or spiritual clutter. And prosperity is like light, it only enters where there is space, clarity, and resonance. For centuries, shamans, healers, and spiritual masters across cultures have used two powerful tools to clear negative energy and welcome abundance. Smoke. Salt. Let's begin with smoke. In Native American traditions, sage and cedar were burned to cleanse sacred ground. In Catholic rites, frankincense purified altars. In ancient Japan, incense prepared the soul for meditation. Why? Because smoke rises, and with it, so does intention. It's as if you're telling the universe, let this place be lifted, cleansed, and made ready for blessings. Next, salt. Salt has always been seen as a purifier. In African, Hindu, and Mediterranean rituals, it was placed at doors, in corners, or dissolved in baths to absorb low vibrations. Even today, a simple bowl of salt in the corner of a room can absorb negativity over time. Just replace it weekly. Try this practice. Burn sage, Palo Santo, or incense while walking slowly through your space. Say aloud, only light, peace, and prosperity may enter here. Then place a small bowl of coarse salt in each corner of your room. Let it sit for 24 hours. Discard outside. Clean energy equals open channels. And where there is openness, there is flow. There's a law more powerful than economics, more ancient than currency, and more precise than mathematics. It's called divine reciprocity. And here's the secret. You can't receive more than you're willing to give. The Egyptians had a goddess named Maat, the embodiment of truth, balance, and justice. When someone died, their heart was weighed against her feather. If it was heavier, burdened by greed, guilt, or selfishness, the soul could not ascend. This wasn't mythology. It was a spiritual blueprint. In the East, this same principle became karma, the law that every action, every thought, returns to its source. And in every sacred text, we find the same message repeated. Give, and it shall be given unto you. But here's the beautiful twist. This law doesn't only apply to money. You can give love, gratitude, blessings, attention, help, and all of it expands your field of prosperity. Try this transformation today. Every morning, speak gratitude for 3 things you already have, as if they were divine gifts. Every week, give something, even small, a kind word, a donation, a prayer for someone else. And when you ask for prosperity, ask to be a channel, not a container. Because when the universe sees that you are a giver, it starts to flood your life with abundance, knowing it won't stop with you. This is not superstition. It's spiritual economics. And it never fails. Imagine this. What if every word you speak, every sound you hear, was shaping your reality like an invisible sculptor? Ancient wisdom says it is. And the science of vibration agrees. In Hinduism, Tibetan Buddhism, and even early Christian and Jewish mysticism, it was believed that sound was the first creative force, the tool through which the divine shaped the universe. In the beginning was the Word. That's not just poetic. It's metaphysical truth. And the greatest spiritual minds discovered that specific sounds, chants, and frequencies could attune the mind and soul to prosperity. Let me give you an example. The mantra Om Shri Mahalakshmiyai Namanha is used in Hindu traditions to invoke Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. 432 Hz and 528 Hz frequencies are known as healing and abundance vibrations. They activate heart-centered consciousness and restore energetic flow. Gregorian chants, ancient psalms, and even simple humming can stimulate the vagus nerve, lowering stress and allowing the mind to receive more. Here's a powerful practice you can try today. Find a quiet place. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Repeat a prosperity mantra aloud, slowly and with intention, for 3 to 5 minutes. Let the sound vibrate through your chest. Feel the energy shift. Words create worlds. And when you speak with faith, when you chant with devotion, when you vibrate with truth, the universe answers. Because abundance isn't just something you attract. It's something you tune into. Here's a truth you may have never heard before. Wealth is built in the mind before it ever touches your hands. Ancient civilizations knew this. They didn't just pray, they imagined. They didn't just work, they designed realities in the silence of their minds. In ancient Greece, philosophers and initiates of the mystery schools would close their eyes and walk mentally through what they called inner temples. These were sacred places within, built with focus, emotion, and belief, where they would visualize receiving divine guidance, wealth, love, and purpose. They believed that the clearer the vision, the faster the material world would mirror it. Tibetan monks still do this today. They build entire mandalas, palaces, and sacred scenarios in their minds, with stunning precision. Why? Because they know that the mind is not just a tool, it is a spiritual architect. You can do the same. Try this tonight before sleep. Close your eyes and imagine a version of yourself that already lives in abundance. Walk through your home. What does it look like? What do you smell? How do you feel? Feel the joy, peace, and gratitude, as if it were real now. The subconscious doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So when you rehearse abundance internally, the universe begins to align your external world with it. This is not fantasy. It's one of the oldest, most sacred technologies of the spirit. There's a reason ancient temples, cathedrals, and even the pyramids were built with such precision. Sacred geometry is not just beauty, it's power. Civilizations like the Egyptians, Mayans, Greeks, and even the Chinese believed that certain patterns held the codes of creation itself. Circles, spirals, triangles, hexagons, these shapes weren't random. They were thought to be vessels for divine intelligence. But what does this have to do with prosperity? Everything. These civilizations understood that where you place things in your space matters. The way energy flows in a home, the shape of your altar, the direction your bed faces, all of it contributes to either attracting or blocking abundance. In Chinese feng shui, for example, the southeast corner of your home is known as the wealth corner. Activating it with symbols of prosperity, like plants, coins, or sacred geometrical objects, is believed to invite more financial flow. In the West, placing objects shaped like the flower of life, Merkaba, or golden ratio spirals in your workspace or meditation area helps harmonize your energetic field and amplify your intentions. Try this prosperity alignment exercise. Find the southeast area of your home or room. Place a symbol of wealth there, a coin bowl, a green plant, or a sacred object with geometric power. As you do, affirm, I welcome harmonious flow. Abundance belongs here. Remember, energy doesn't just live in your mind, it moves through your space. And when your environment echoes sacred order, prosperity enters like a welcomed guest. Now that you've seen the ancient paths to prosperity, it's time to ask yourself, are you willing to become the kind of person abundance feels safe with? Because wealth isn't just about money, it's about energy. It's about alignment. And it's about remembering that you are not separate from the sacred forces that shaped civilizations. You are part of them. Whether it's through symbols, rituals, gratitude, sound, or intention, everything you do from this moment forward can either attract or repel the blessings waiting to reach you. So don't just watch this video and move on. Choose one practice. Start today. Place the symbol. Burn the incense. Speak the mantra. Build your temple, inside and out. Because the universe is listening. And when it sees that you've made space, that you've changed your energy, that you've awakened your ancient memory, it will answer. If this message spoke to your soul, subscribe to this channel and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Your journey has already begun. And your prosperity is closer than you think.